Again, welcome all. We are there's a few people waiting in the waiting room, so we're letting Zoom do its thing and allowing people to enter. Good to see lots of faces. While we wait, feel free to put in the chat who you are, what organization maybe you're from, if you are from an organization, and even if you'd like to maybe add in if you're working on a particular restoration or conservation site, maybe what intervention that you're doing, just to fill the time while we wait for everyone else to come in. We have a number of Restore team members on the chat today, so so just feel free to kind of if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them in the chat group throughout the webinar. We're on hand to answer as best as we can. Lovely to see this room fill up. Greetings, Abdul. Thank you for that. We'll just take a couple more moments and then we'll get stuck into the webinar. We're also streaming this on YouTube. This will go on to our Restore YouTube channel. So if you ever want to go back to the meeting, it's somewhere where you can find this for future reference. But feel free to share that link to any friends or family that would like to participate in today's meeting as well. Well, we have a very diverse group of people from all over the world from the chat, as it seems already. You can see Brazil, Ghana, Nepal, Kenya, UK, India. Lovely to get everyone together. Canada, South Africa. Wow, we've got some real time zones going on. Breakfast time in Canada, I assume. Must be quite early there. Anissa, how are we looking for the waiting room? Are we still adding people in?
Yes, we are still adding people in.
Okay. Well, we have the Canaries, wonderful. Peru, Argentina, India again. Excellent. So this webinar is very specifically for all you latest Restore for you latest Restore people have signed up in the last month or so. So we've had a big influx of users. So we thought we'll put on a webinar for you all and have a bit more of a deep dive into the Restore platform. We have Zambia, great, wonderful. Anissa, how are we looking? You can see we're almost up to 40 participants now.
Yes, yeah, I think we can start. It's
okay.
Already 5 minutes.
This is a good number. So once again, oh, thank you. Just to get the record. My name is Gwyn. I'll be moderating this meeting today, and as you can see, a few of my colleagues are also on this meeting, and you'll hear from most of them later. We won't waste any more time jumping in and introducing ourselves, because I think we've got quite a lot to get through today. Look, firstly, I hope everyone is in good health, and very much a welcome to the new user webinar. As I said, my name's Gwyn. We have Marina, Anissa, Hema, Ruth, and Mick all on this call today. They are located in all different parts of the globe, just as you guys are, which is fantastic. So we are all a part of the community engagement team at Restore, and our team is actively outreaching and engaging with restoration communities around the globe. And we help our users essentially get the best out of the Restore platform, which will help support restoration and conservation work. We're also actively collecting feedback. This is hugely important to us, as our improvements of the platform really want to reflect the needs of the restoration communities. Now, as I mentioned before, we are broadcasting this on YouTube. There will be recordings that we will send you this as well, because we know that not everyone has been able to attend. So without further ado, I'm just going to take you through to the agenda of today, so you have some idea of what we're actually going to be doing. So the first thing, we'll make this a little bit interactive. We'll have some polls. We want to hear from you. We want to hear who you are. I know you've put this in the chat, but we also want to hear a little bit about how you found out about Restore. We will then go into some breakout rooms. These breakout rooms will give you the opportunity, maybe for 5 or 6 minutes, just to chat with each other, make some connections and hear each other's stories. So it's not just us who you're hearing from. We find it hugely important that our community on Restore interacts with one another as well. We will then run through a bit of an intro on Restore, about the origins, where we've come from, and a little bit more about the future of where we're going. And then Hema will very kindly run through a bit more of a high-level platform demonstration to ensure that everyone is familiar and understands all the functions of the platform. And then at the end, we will open up for some questions and answers. Throughout the meeting, please, if you have questions, put them in the chat box. We can always come back to those questions and answer them during that Q&A session at the end. But as I said, we have plenty of our colleagues online today to kind of help us to answer all these important questions that we're sure that you guys have. So I will now hand this over to my colleague, Anissa. She will put up some polls. And if everyone could take a minute or so, there's 2 simple questions, just to take their time to answer these questions. We find that super useful for us. So Anissa, if you will do the honors of putting up those polls, that'll be wonderful. Okay, so the first question is, what motivated you to join Restore? And if you could just click on one of those answers, and then you go down, or you can click on many of those answers as you like. Actually, it could be a multiple of answers, to be honest. And then go to the second question: how did you find out about Restore? And then at the end, if you submit that, that will be fantastic. So I'll stop talking and I'll let you concentrate on those 2 questions for now.
Okay. The motivating factors mostly global warming is continuing in global scale. And yes, I'm Bhola Dhakal from the Nepal. Yeah, I'm speaking from the Nepal. And motivating factors is mostly global warming is continuing in, and climate change effects is going on. That's why people need to be involved for the resilience of the climate change and restoration of the vegetations, even biodiversities, those things. And some leaders organizations, and community people
sorry to interrupt. Well, if you could, like, you're breaking up, we can't quite hear you. So look, if you could maybe write that in the chat group so we all can read that, that would be super helpful. Because your connection's quite it's breaking up a little bit, so we can't quite hear what you're saying. But thank you for that. If you could put that in the chat, that would be really, really good. Anissa, how are we going on the polls? Have we had them all?
Now 80% of the participants
Okay.
already.
We'll give it another 20 seconds, and then there might be Anissa, will you be able to show the results then?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. So I will end the poll now.
Okay.
And yeah, here is the result. So yeah, so we can see here most people motivation for joining is to access funding opportunities. And the second one is for networking. And then some people also want to know about science and impact data, which Restore provided. And there are also people who are trying to find collaborators to find and support other projects, which is very nice. And some also say that they want to volunteer their time. And I think most people who comes to today's webinar, they knew us from the Facebook advert that we did last month, I guess. Some know from other social media, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and some also contacted directly by people at Restore and from WhatsApp, and also from word of mouth. And there are 5 people who also meet us at an event. Okay. So yeah, I think that Wonderful. Is the overall.
Thank you for that, everyone. We really appreciate that. That feedback's really valuable to us. Obviously, we advertise ourselves on global scale, so it's kind of really interesting to find out where people find out about us, and particularly what they're most interested in about Restore. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to pass this over to Anissa again, and Anissa's going to share a slide deck, and she's going to run through a bit of a background on Restore, and take.
I think Gwyn, we will do the breakout room first.
Oh, sorry, I've jumped the gun. I must apologize. Yeah. Sorry, guys, getting too excited. Yes, okay. So we're going to put you all into breakout rooms. Here, you'll go into rooms of maybe 5 or 6, take the opportunity to introduce yourselves, let each other know where you're from, what interventions you're working on. It's really important for us that we start formulating these connections within the community. So just take 5 or 6 minutes. You're all going to automatically get put into breakout rooms. And then once those breakout rooms are finished, you will then come back into the main room. So Alisa, I'll let you take over. Better, I see you got your hand up. You may have time to ask a question before you go into a room. is there any? Can you tell if there's anyone on the YouTube, Anissa?
Aloha mai kako. I'm coming to you from Hawaii Island, home to Terraformation's headquarters. My name is Brian Tucker. I'm a GIS specialist at
viewers on YouTube.
Terraformation, and I'm here to talk to you about our user experience with the Restore platform. Terraformation and Restore share a lot of common goals and interests in our pursuit of a healthier planet. We share a mutual focus for helping early stage forest creators, which makes us a natural fit for working together to increase visibility for restoration projects across the globe. In particular, we both genuinely want to help all forest creators map and publish their sites to become more visible to funders. So how do we get there? I was tasked with creating our Terraformation profile to best utilize this tool. So here's what you find when logging in. There's a lot going on, as you can see. So explore and get familiar with what's going on around the world. Then get in touch with the Restore team. They are so knowledgeable and so passionate. They've been a great pleasure to work with and so helpful as we get set up. And then you'll create an organizational profile. I'm gonna switch screens here. Second, there we go. So here's our profile, and I'm just gonna briefly highlight a few of our favorite features that we are developing. So as you can see, you have your organizational information, all your contacts, this overview screen, lists everything, and you can go deeply into each one, or you can use the tab. I'm gonna use the tabs here. So sites, they are the heart and soul of what we're all doing. Here we can see our internally managed sites and sites of those that we are partnering with others to implement. So every site contains quite a bit of information, and the one feature I want to highlight here in this example is this is a site that we're partnering with Humans for Abundance and managing. And so as you can see, a lot of information, and now we can go into the organizational relationships at the site level. So you can click on the collaboration tab, you can see Humans for Abundance, Terraformation, we're working together. And we know that when we work together, we create a stronger project that's more likely to succeed. So that's really cool to be able to show that with sites. And then points of interest are such a great new feature, being able to highlight all of the important factors that facilitate project success, like seed banks and nurseries. They're crucial. And so by developing this network, we can see where these points of interest are located and how they might help your projects. And then collections are really, really interesting, and they can be used for a number of purposes. So I'm using them to organize sites by partnerships. You can make like a playlist of your favorite sites, across the world. But as you can see here, we're still in the early stages. We have quite a few more partners than this, but there's a process to working together to get them onto the Restore platform and so forth. And the Restore team will help you optimize your experience. And so, where do we grow from here? We're going to connect our current partners by introducing them to Restore and working with them to get their organizational profiles and their sites on board, and then getting us connected together. And then sourcing new partners. encouraging our applicants to join, finding new partners.
Okay, looks like everyone's started to rejoin. If you caught the end of that video and you're wondering what it was, we are also streaming live on YouTube, so we had to fill the time for our YouTube watchers, because obviously the YouTube you can't join a breakout room. We hope that everyone enjoyed that breakout room and found that useful and potentially found some new collaborations. And we've had some great feedback in the past when we've done this before, that people really enjoyed those breakout rooms and making new connections around the world. Now, Anissa, I will just hold for a second. Have we got everyone back in the room, or are we still waiting?
Yeah, I think everyone is back in the main room now.
Okay, fantastic. So without further ado, I will ask Anissa now to share her screen, and she will run through a short presentation.
Yes, thank you very much, Gwyn. So hello, everyone. I'm Anissa. I'm Restore Local Lead for Southeast Asia. I will just brief you a little bit about Restore. So a little bit background on Restore. 99% of nature projects is not visible to the public, and we hardly see or heard about them simply just because we don't know where to find them. The main mission of Restore is to help elevate restoration projects around the world that aren't being seen or heard. As they hold knowledge and understand local reality, they are also players and also key to fighting the current biodiversity and climate crisis we are living in. Most restoration and conservation organizations are often too local or small scale, and they struggle to access funding. We hope by the existing of Restore, they can be visible, count on the wider restoration communities for help and exchange knowledge. And gain also easier access to funding, basically to help support and accelerate better restoration. So we dubbed Restore as Google Map for nature because instead of showing you restaurants, tourist spots, and hotels, Restore shows you where the nature needs restoration and where restoration is taking place. Restore platform is made for restoration, conservation, and also sustainable use initiatives of any scale and also any ecosystem worldwide. We operate on two main pillars, which is transparency and connectivity. Transparency, Restore is a space where organization can show who you are, what you are doing, and also where you are on the map. And also it can show you your work publicly, and you will be able to track your work using high resolution imagery and some other monitoring data layers that we will show you later. And connectivity, so we will make initiatives become more visible so they can connect and exchange knowledge to take the restoration movement forward. And we also want to connect them to funders. And this is why connectivity is provided by Restore. And this connectivity is provided by two sources of data. First, data provided by the users when they add organization profiles and sites, and also points of interest. And second, data will be provided by Restore to understand more of the later. So let's go back to Restore origin. So how it started. So Restore was actually born out of the Crowther Lab at ETH Zurich. And the Crowther Lab studies global ecosystems, generating knowledge to protect biodiversity and address climate change. They are an interdisciplinary team of scientists studying ecosystem at a global scale to understand the relationship between biodiversity and climate change. However, they had this perception that science information tended to remain in the academic environment and not to get to the people working on the field. And Restore was created to make this knowledge more tangible. It became an organization independent of the Crowther Lab. Now we are a foundation and operate as a nonprofit. So we have been philanthropically funded. And we are also an official partner of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. Restore makes scientific info more tangible by building data layers of data taken from global models, from peer-to-peer review articles, or official satellite database, where when you add a polygon to Restore, it crops each data layer using your polygon as a mode, and gives you prediction for that specific site. Please note that using global models has its constraints. So every model has an amount of error, and for global ones, while you have advantage of having data available for any part of the globe, the resolution of data can sometimes be low compared to what you actually needed because your site might be really, really local. So please use them with care. However, Restore provides the best global information available in science, and we have a science advisory board to assure this, and we have goals to use local data from users to improve our models and make them more adequate to local realities. So Restore now is the world's largest nature database. And how can actually Restore help? So Restore basically help by providing visibility, so you can share your initiatives. And we also help with collaboration. So you can find collaborators on Restore, see who are working on the same landscape. And you can also join manage your projects. So if you are donors, you have implementers, and you can co-manage those projects on Restore. And we also have the planning. So there is ecological insights on Restore, where it can help you with planning, like comparing sites by using the ecological insights and to understand the restoration potential. And you also can count on peers to make decisions. So you can ask, for example, people who are already having a projects around you, starting the projects earlier, like learn from them and so on. And last but not least, we also help with monitoring. So we have high resolution satellite imagery from Maxar, and we also hosted planet Pixie data that is available throughout the year. Yes. And now Restore is the world's largest nature database. So as of today, Restore is currently hosted around 130,000 sites. And those sites are added by more than 1,300 users, which are distributed in 140 countries and 14 biomes for over 66 million hectares. And those users are affiliated with more than 1,250 organizations. And these numbers are still growing day by day. And we also provided a platform in 7 languages, so English, Portuguese, Spanish, German, French, Dutch, and Indonesian. And I know, and now I'd like to pass the opportunity to Hema to show you around the platform so that you can get more ideas on how to use it for your restoration and conservation work. So off to you, Hema.
Thank you, Anissa. Hey, everyone. I hope everybody can see my screen. Just to
Yeah, we
confirm.
can see the screen. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can see the screen.
Okay, okay. I'm seeing that you are very excited to see what I'm going to show you. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the Restore platform once again. I'm Hema. I'm the local lead for South Asia. And today I'm going to show you all the exciting features of Restore and how to use these features for accelerating the work you are doing on ground. So let me first of all begin with the landing page, the basic part of Restore. So as you type restore.eco on your internet browser, you will head up to this landing page, which is a global map, and where you can see yellow pin drops, there's different numbers. So what exactly this different numbers and this pin drop represent here on the global map? So these are the restoration, conservation, or the sustainable land use projects which are published by you or somebody else from around the world. So these all projects are highlighted here on the global map in this way. So now you might be wondering like how you can add your project or how other people from around the world can see your project. So I'm going to show you how you can publish your project on Restore and how to take advantage by publishing project on Restore. So it's very, very simple. You just have to click this create button, and there you will get an option of creating a new site. So just click this new site. And there you will get two options. Either you can upload the area file if you have any shape files with your boundaries of your project site, that you can directly upload that, or either you have the address of your particular site. You just have to type the address, like I'm typing this address. I want to draw my site here. So I'll just select my area. Suppose I'm interested in this particular region. I just need to draw the boundaries of my area. So it's very simple. You just have to demarcate the boundaries of your area. Let me draw the boundaries for area of my interest. Yeah, that's it. Now you just have to hit the Analyze Area button. And then you just have to hit the Save as Site button. And after clicking the Save as Site, you just have to fill certain information about your site, and then your site will be published on Restore very simply. And after that, you will get the different insights on Restore. Now, let me show you how a complete site profile looks like. So let's take an example. Let me show you one of my favorite sites. Yeah, you can always search for any of the project site here by this search option. So here is one of the sites. So this is how the complete site profile looks like whenever you will publish your project. Here you can see the boundaries that are demarcated by the users, and it will show like here, and you can able to see like where they are from, what kind of work they are doing, what is the title of that particular project, and this project belong to which organization, and who is the person responsible for hosting this particular project site on Restore. So it become quite like authentic for others to, to see the project, and also for others to believe that, okay, this project exists and it exists with this particular organization. Apart from this, you will get the chance for adding other information like who you are, what you are doing, your contact detail, your social media networks. Also, you can highlight like what kind of support you are looking for this particular project, what kind of goal you are working on, any other media you want to share with the world, and other information like what is the ownership and like how the particular site is managed. You can also highlight when you started working on this particular project, what was the pre-intervention land use and how was the post-intervention land cover. So this is how you can represent who you are, what you are doing, and where exactly you are working on the global map by publishing your project on Restore. So this is the one side of Restore where you can increase your visibility and transparency about your particular project. And the other side of Restore is that after publishing your project on Restore, you will get the opportunity to assess the world-class ecological insight on Restore. So here you can see you will get the access of time lapse. So we host the History Wayback and the Planet NICFI time lapse, which is of the high resolution. You can just select any of the time lapse and you can see like how your site looks like 10 to 20 years back and how it was now. So I'm showing you the Green Kana Initiative site in 2010. It is completely barren. And now you can see as the time progresses, the land has changed and you can see different water bodies and the green cover on this particular area. So this is how it is very, very useful for you to showcase how much work you have done and how much progress you have done so far. Apart from this, Restore also provides you certain other data like this biodiversity data, carbon, water, environment, and land cover data, which is helpful for you to plan your project. Suppose if you need certain information about your particular climate of the region, or if you need certain information like what are the different plant species, or the herbs which are having the potential to grow on your particular land, then you can use our data from Restore to plan that in a very scientific manner. And also you can use Restore platform for monitoring your project. Like if you are interested in seeing how much carbon has been accumulated from the day you have started till now, so you can definitely use our monitoring tool also. So This is how it is helping in monitoring as well as in planning your project. Suppose if you are interested in knowing like how this data can be used and from where we have taken this data, you just have to hit this I button. This you will get in the every ecological insight and just tap learn more option. There you will get the use of this particular data as well as other information like from where it was taken and how frequently it is updated and all other information. So this is about the site profile on Restore and how you can upload your site. Now, the very important part here is how this kind of project gets support from Restore. So we also host these opportunities on Restore in form of funding opportunities where we help, or we can say we support the different kind of project by providing this different kind of funding opportunities and in our platform. So Restore works in two different ways for providing this funding opportunity. One way is that we have a dedicated page where you can see many of the funding opportunities. You can use our filter option to search for the opportunities based on country, based on eligible goal and status, and you can just hit this page and you can see like which organization is providing the particular fund and about them, their eligible goals, what are their deadline, their ticket size, and you can just simply hit to go to funding opportunity to apply for the particular opportunity. So this is how Restore is helping in giving you a space to search for different opportunities at one place in a very simple way. Secondly, Restore also hosts funders on our page. Like, let me give you one example. So we host funders like Just One Tree, 1 Acre Fund, who are actively looking for different kind of projects to give them funds. So you can use this opportunity to showcase yourself by completing your site profile, by creating your organization profile. And these people are looking into our advanced search option for looking for different kind of projects. They used to look based on the country, type of organization, kind of work you are doing. So if you have a dedicated site profile and dedicated organization profile, there is a high chance that you will get highlighted in the list of these projects which they are looking, and maybe sometime they will contact you for giving you the funds or the grants. So it's a great opportunity for you all. So I just wanted to encourage you all to make your organization profile and site profile as impressive as you can, because this is the space for you to showcase to the world, right? So this is about the funding opportunity, and I hope you enjoyed that. Apart from this, I have already shown you like how you can create your site profile, how you can publish your site and complete your site profile. The other part is how you can create your organization profile, which is very, very important for you, right? To represent who you are, where you are working, like what is the goal of your organization. So it's very simple. Let me first of all show you like how this organization profile page looks like. So this is our organization profile page where you can find like thousands of organizations from around the world. And if suppose you are interested in collaborating or doing partnership with certain organization, you just use our advanced search option, or you can use this explore button to search for those organizations, and you can check like which organization matches with your goals and mission to collaborate or to do the partnership with. Okay, now let me show you how you can create your own organization profile to get highlighted among this wonderful organization around the world, so that you can be picked by some funders sometime in a year. So it's very simple. You just have to hit this create button, and there you will get the option of creating new organization at the bottom. You just have to hit this button. And by just 3 simple steps, you can create your own organization profile. Make sure you complete your organization profile by adding each and every information, because sometime it will represent you on Restore. So yeah, let me show you how a complete organization profile looks like. So let me take you to the Terraformation organization profile. Here you can see this is how the organization profile looks like. You can see who they are, their Terraformation, their logo, where they are from, what kind of work they are doing, about them, their contact details, their social media network. You can also showcase like with which organization you have the partnership. You can also showcase the members of your team who are responsible for managing the particular organization profile on Resto. Here you can also showcase the affiliated sites. It represents where exactly you are working on a global map so that people can locate you anytime, anywhere. And also the point of interest. Suppose if you hold any tree nurseries or any seed bank, you can represent them in form of point of interest. In a time, I will show you how you can create a point of interest also. And also you can create different collection based on time, based on your different projects. I'll show you later on how you can create a collection also. So this is how a complete organization profile looks like. So it is a face for your organization on Restore, which will represent each and every information here. So this is how you can also create your own organization profile. You can anytime share your organization profile and site profile with anybody on the social media also. So yeah, this is about the organization. Restore also hold another feature called collection. So here you can see the collection. This is how it looks like. So collection means you can create a collection of different projects, or you can bookmark different sites on Restore for seeing it later on, or maybe for contacting them through the Restore platform. And also collection is helping people to get the aggregated data. So we have a roadmap to showcase the aggregated data on Restore. So which will be highlighted in few months. Let me show you how this collection looks like. So let me open this women-led restoration project collection. So this collection is created by our own team Restore, where we are highlighting the restoration or conservation project that are purely led by women or girls around the world. You can see where exactly they are located and their sites on Restore. This is how you can also create the collection. It's very simple. You just have to hit the create button, and there you will get the option of creating new collections. Make sure you have the sites on Restore to make the collection, or maybe you can bookmark the sites already published by other people on Restore. Yeah, let's get back to the map, our landing page. So I have already shown you how you can create your own site, how you can create your own organization profile, also your own collection. Now, let me show you some other interesting part of Restore. Say, for example, if you hold any tree nurseries, botanical gardens, seed banks, or if you want to represent your office on this global map, then you just create this point of interest option on Restore. If you hold any organization on Restore, then just hit this create button, and there you will get the option of creating new point of interest at the bottom of this create button. So this is how you can create your point of interest so that you can represent, if you are a supplier, you can represent yourself in form of a point of interest. If you hold the seed bank, you can represent them here as a point of interest. So yeah, this is about the point of interest on Restore. Let me show you another feature of Restore. If you are interested in searching for certain projects for volunteering time or for seeing some expertise, then you can use our filter function. Let's take an example. I'm interested in agroforestry. I'll just select this agroforestry, and I will just use this filter. Then this filter will filter out all the other pin drops, and it will show me only those projects who are doing agroforestry. I can click any of the project to see who they are, what they are doing, and what kind of support they are looking for, what kind of expertise I can get from them. So this is how this filter function on Restore works. Yeah, so this is it about Restore. At last, don't forget to keep your eye on this notification bell. Here, we used to update our users about the upcoming features we have launched, or the upcoming webinars, and any other important information that we want to share with you all. So just keep eye on this. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Hema. That was wonderful. I hope everyone enjoyed that and got as much out of that as possible. I know that was quite a high level overview with lots of details, but there will be a recording so you can go over that at any point. Very conscious of time. We're running slightly over, which is fine. And I just want to open up the floor maybe for 5 minutes. If anyone has any questions, I know there's been lots of questions throughout the chat group that we've been answering, but if anyone has a question, you can unmute yourself or put your hand up and we can do our best to answer that. So if anyone wants to speak up, just put your hand up. If not, that's totally fine. We can kind of move on to the next phase. I can see there's been lots and lots of questions throughout the presentation. And I think that one of the main questions that we were getting was asking about local representatives. So maybe Anissa, if you can share that slide, we can give you a good idea about where we're all distributed around the world. So we had a few asking about the Americas, Latin America. Yeah, we have representatives, as you can see, if you look down to the left, Estefania Marina, who speaks Portuguese. She's based in Brazil, she's on the call today. And then we have Sandra as well, who obviously speaks Spanish. So if anyone wants to contact them directly and have a bit of a localized demonstration in Spanish, feel free. Obviously, we have Ruth as well. She's based in Uganda in Eastern Africa. We don't have at the moment anyone that speaks French, but we will be looking to bring someone on very soon who can deal with our French users. And then in Asia, we have quite a large team. Anissa, who's more based in Southeast Asia. Then we have Hema, who just gave that wonderful demonstration alongside Approve and Aditi, who can kind of be the representative for anyone in South Asia and beyond. And then myself, Mick and Lucas, we're all based in Europe. So feel free to jot down those email addresses and contact us. Alternatively, you still can contact the community email address, or you all would have received a welcome email when you first registered to Restore. Just feel free to respond to that welcome email. Francis, I see you have your hand up. Feel free to ask a question.
Thank you so much, team at Restore. Exceedingly humble to be part of this. I'm Francis from Uganda and a teacher by profession, currently doing curriculum design with learning equality. I'm very happy to see this happening because conservation is one of the key important things that we should be focusing on. However, I am interested in knowing whether there is an existing community of practice for conservationists like ourselves who are already getting ourselves to register, to see if we can probably continue to discuss further what we are doing and maybe also sharing experiences from the different parts of the world that we come from. Thank you so much.
Francis, wonderful question. And yeah, that is something that we really are now beginning to think about and particularly work on how we facilitate and bring together this community and get the community interacting with each other. And hugely important, how do we get local knowledge to be exchanged between practitioners to help accelerate and better restoration? So we will be running a series of community webinars over the next few months. This is an opportunity for you to register to those webinars. It will be a little less information like these ones, and it will be more focused around connectivity, and users connecting with one another and sharing experiences. And we will have a space in there where users can talk about their experiences and talk about the practices that they're working in. And that is something that we will continue to build on as we think more deeply about how to engage our community. So thank you for that, Francis. Edward, I will hand over to you. You're on mute, so you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you very much for this wonderful platform that we can access some information. I am, by the way, an independent consultant, mostly working also with the forestry administration here in Cambodia. About the images, is there any options that we can download, like the history or what is the status of the area? Because once our conditions that after we develop an area and then the project was terminated, there was a very poor monitoring because of the budget. Of course, there is no budget anymore, no. But we want to have a monitoring of the situation in the field after the restoration has been conducted. So, is there a way of downloading it? And then the second question is that is there a standard way of citation in case we are going to make a citation of the how do you call it, maybe the images or the biodiversity, the biological condition of the area? Do we have a standard citation, or how can we cite those information? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Edward. Great question. And that's a question that we get asked a lot about downloading image. I assume you talk about the satellite time series that you can go back and view your site that Hema showed. Currently, that can't be downloaded. However, that is something that we're working on with an API, and we hope to build that in soon, where you can be able to pull that image out and then you can kind of utilize that the way you need. In terms of the citation, with every data layer that you find on Restore, there's an I button next to the data layer. You can click on that I button, find more information, and at the bottom, the citation of where that scientific data layer had been derived from is listed. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Edward.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, conscious of time again, where are we now? I think we've had a couple more questions in there. Okay, great. So yeah, look, as we said before, feel free to contact any of the local leads in your region. It's exactly what they're here for, to answer these types of questions. But also, if anyone feels that they need more support and more hand-holding and uploading your projects, or they want to come in and provide us with a little bit more information, or find a bit more about our networks, just feel free to contact one of our local leads. Anissa, if you can move on to the next slide so we can close this up. So yeah, look, we just want to say a massive thank you to you all for joining us today. Just to kind of summarize and recap on everything, we encourage you, if you are a part of an organization, and it's totally fine if you're not, but if you are, feel free to create an organization profile. And if you have sites, feel free to upload your sites and add your points of interest as well. We understand that we cater for different user segments. It's not just organizations that are using Restore, but even if you're a small community group, you're a charity group, just feel free to put one up and make one, because it will help you to become more visible. And keep using Restore to count on our help. We will continue to update data layers, continue to add new data layers, and continue to improve the platform as much as we can. And feel free to help us spread the word about Restore. And hopefully we'll keep growing and find more users. So you can use that QR code that will link you into the survey. We would really appreciate if everyone sort of filled out that survey, because this will help us to tailor these webinars to kind of make sure that everyone's getting the most out of them all. And as I said before, for the community side of things, feel free to sign up to those community webinars. Just keep an eye on the newsletters, keep an eye on the emails. And just register for them and join whenever it's suitable for yourselves. So I'm going to end this webinar now. So I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone for joining, and we hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful evening, morning, or midday, wherever you may be in the world. So thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Restore team.
Thank you. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.